This is how to play The Concept by Teenage Fanclub, and it's in standard tuning, but the tuning is slightly sharp, so once you get to standard tuning you need to tighten up the strings a little bit. I've got the strings tuned up to where the record roughly is, so if you tune to me you should be able to play along to the record. So we've got the E, A, D, G, B, E. So the intro starts on a G. I do this G where I've got my first finger on the second fret of the A string, second finger on the third fret of the low E, third finger on third fret of the B string, and pinky on third fret of the high E. So it starts with one stroke of that. And keeping those two fingers there, I move the first finger to the second fret of the G string and put my thumb over the second fret of the low E and mute the A string with that as well. So it's after that I'll move to an E minor, but also just keep those two fingers at those frets on B and E strings. So the E minor, open, low E, first finger, second fret of the A string, second finger on the second fret of the D string. And then it's an A minor, and then a D, and then a G, and then do that partial D fret again with the D chord again with the thumb on the second fret of the low E. So again. Goes back to G and does the same again. And then just before it goes into the chorus, you go to a G7. So third finger on the third fret of the low E string, second finger on the second fret of the A string, first finger on first fret of the high E. So that's just before the chorus. So that leading up to that part again would be. So the next part starts with the A minor, then D, then it's that G, then the sort of partial D with the thumb on second fret of the low E, and then the E minor, and it does that a bit quicker this time. And then that leads on to this sort of bluesy type of shuffle, which is open A string and first finger on the second fret of the D, and you hammer on and pull off to the fourth fret with your third finger of the D string. whilst playing the A string at the same time. So it's like that. And then there's an A7, which is the first finger on the second fret of the D string, the open A string before that, and then the open G string, and second finger on the second fret of the B string, and an open high E, and don't play the low E string. So and then a D, but I put my pinky on the third fret of the high E string and then take it off. So that part again. And then you're back to the very first part. The song pretty much repeats after that, and there's the very long slow bit at the end. Just before you get to that, it sort of ends on that D again, where you add the pinky to the third fret of the high E and then take it off. So it goes. And then the next part's the G again. Then there's that thumb slash D. It's F sharp slash D, but I don't put the pinky on at this point on the third fret of the high E. I just play that open, and then same with E minor. I keep my third finger on the third fret of the B, but leave the high E open. G, then C, and the next bit is A minor, then G, then C, and then G. Apart from that, there's loads and loads of solos going on in the background and stuff, and I think they're all sort of E minor pentatonic scale kind of things. So if you know your scales and stuff, you could just play a bit on that, but I think it's fairly random. I don't really want to try and learn every note in that solo. I just think it's better to sort of play around with it and see how you get on. So I hope you find that useful. Cheers.